What's going on, boys? Welcome everybody back to another video and another objectives guide. Today we're going to be checking out this 92 Daniel James, who as a right back looks absolutely ridiculous. Now it doesn't look like there's a shapeshifter involved in this one, a shapeshifter token. Instead you do just get this Daniel James card, but honestly he looks really nice and versatile. He looks like he could play absolutely anywhere in your team. Without further ado, boys, let's get into it. So starting off, we've got score 5 finesse goals using midfielders in a live foot friendly shifting shape. If you are looking for a finesse goal, here is an in-game example. If you would like an example on a finesse shot, it is just right bumper / RB plus circle, aka shoot. As for scoring it with a midfielder, I will build you guys a team that you can use shortly. We are going to go for a formation that has quite a few midfielders, because the more midfielders, the higher chance of you being able to score with a said midfielder. A midfielder is a left mid, right mid, cam, centre mid, or a CDM. Now what you can do as well is you can position change your striker, a striker to centre forward and then a centre forward to cam, and play that cam, whether you play him at cam and move him back up to striker in game, he will count as a midfielder. You do have to use a position modifiers though. You can't just put a striker in a centre mid position on free chemistry. It's whatever the card says. If he says he's a striker, he's gonna count as an attacker, right? So you need the card to display a central position, or a midfielder position, I should say. So what you can do, get your striker position, modify him down, and you're good to go. Obviously, once again, you'd rather try to get that finesse goal with a striker than a midfielder. It will just be a whole lot easier. Assist 5 goals using crosses with at least 3 Premier League players in your starting squad in a live foot friendly shifting shape. If you're looking for how to get a cross done, to perform a cross, you just have to press square on the PlayStation or X on the Xbox. Now, I do want to say as well, it's just a matter of keep trying and make sure you score with your first touch, whether it's a volley or a header. Win 6 matches and score in 4 separate matches using a player with at least 90 pace in, once again, the live foot friendly shifting shape. Now I'm going to go ahead, show you guys a shifting shape online friendly. Now it will just be normal. I think it's like at least 3 leagues and at least 5 nations. Yeah, so you need at least 3 countries / regions / nations, and you need at least 5 leagues and at least 3 nations. I got them around the wrong way. But either way, let's get into the squad builder. We're going to go for one that has a good amount of midfielders, maybe some wide options, because you need to score with some crosses, and obviously we want to have some 90 plus pace players in attack. Remember, for the squad builder, some of you guys will be able to just use basically your normal team. For example, this is my normal team now, and I can't quite get in there, but I'm very close, so I'll just be able to modify this. I've got a Bundesliga player, an icon counts as a league, I've got a Ligue 1, I've got a Premier League, and I've got 4 leagues. So if I got a player that's from a different league, I'm not using La Liga. So would this work? It would. I could just use my normal team. Obviously, I wouldn't really want to, because the only Premier League player I have got is Timo Werner. But just a little heads up before we get into the squad builder. The squad builder is for the community that do not have a crazily good team. You can copy this. It is going to cost no more than 30,000 coins. It's going to be a cheap team, whether you've just started a road to glory and you're looking for a cheap team to use. This is the squad builder section, part of a video for you guys, and then we'll jump into some of the tips, alright? So then, lads, we have built up a team. Now, once again, this may not be the most insane team in the world. Lots of you guys will be able to use your main team as well. I know how it feels. I recently started a road to glory and used a team similar to this level. It is very tough with this team. Very tough, because you do only play really good teams. I know I've had people comment saying it's impossible to win with a poor team. I can't do it myself. It's really tough, right? And I understand. I was like that with Emerson. You just got to keep chipping away, do some golden gold, which we'll get into a little bit later. But honestly, this team, it's got the most meta players within the 30,000 coin price limit. This team will cost you no more than 30,000 coins, or not too much more. So once again, if you are running a road to glory, then this team will be perfect. It does obviously fit all of the requirements. At least 3 nations. We've got a German striker. We've got do I say it's ZAM? Is that Zambia? I could be completely wrong. It is, or Zambia. Hopefully it's pronounced one of them too. But Germany, we got Zambia, and we do have France. So that's already the nations. If you want to go in depth, we've got England. As well. So we've got 4 nations, which does tick that one off. As for leagues, we've got Premier League, Serie A, Turkish League, La Liga, Bundesliga, and the Belgian League. So we have actually got 6 leagues, I believe. You only need 5, so you could go for any goalie you want, but I still went for the French goalie in the Premier League, being Areola, just because he was the only keeper that got full chem, and obviously I didn't spend overboard on. But this is a team we've gone for. We've just kept it the 4-4-2. Now, left striker, we have gone for Timo Werner, 90 plus pace Premier League striker, exactly exact same with Patson Daka, because you do need to score with players with 90 plus pace. So the two strikers both being 90 plus pace is very important. Both of them aren't majorly insane in the air. Werner probably the best out of the two with 76 hitting accuracy and being 5'11". Do not write Patson Daka off, or Daka, hopefully it's pronounced, but he is 6 foot, no crazy hitting, but we'll get into a chemistry style on him shortly. Now, obviously, you do need to assist with crosses, which is why we're looking at, you know, how their hitting is, how their jumping is. Once again, assisting from a cross doesn't necessarily have to be through a header. You could volley it, you could tap it home, as long as you assist with that cross and you score on the first touch. Left mid, we've gone for St. Maximin, who'll be brilliant to run down the wing. Also, maybe cut in and get that finesse shot, because obviously, you need those finesse shot goals with midfielders. You've got Oxlade-Chamberlain, Decore as a midfield too. Decore adding some depth to a midfield, as he is a bigger type of more defensive player. Right mid is Icone, who's recently transferred to Serie A side Florientes, so he fits this hybrid really nicely. 4-star skill moves, he is a left footer. He does not have finesse shot trait, only 70 finishing as well, so once again, when we get into our chemistry style tips, we'll cover that some more. A defensive line of Mawasa at left back, who is in the Belgian league. Lacroix and Kunde as our centre-back partnership, who'll be absolutely very OP. Sorry for the hiccup there, almost projectile vomited everywhere. Right back, we've got Rosier, and in net we have got Areola. Let's go on, let's jump into the tips. Tip number 1, get the bench going. You can have any bench you want, as long as you do not have more than one lone player. So if you did do the Foundations pack, with 500 FIFA points, and you got a nice hero loan player, you can sub on. I got Westin Natal, who looks beautiful. I can use him. Remember, you can only have max one loan player though, so be cautious with that. And obviously I got Momensan 9 first owner. Slight little flex, we got this the other day, so I'd have him as a super sub. You can have up to 3 subs a match, so make sure to get that going. If you've got a really fast Premier League player, like I've got Werner's Shapeshifters, he'll be great to sub on. I've got Lacazette. As I said, I could use my main team for this, but this is just once again for the example. But I think we've got 2 attackers and a centre-back is probably some nice super subs to have, and you can use those 3 super subs just to strengthen up that team a little bit more. Now we're going to head on over to tip number 2, and we're going to switch over to the handy-dandy Footband view. Now, Footband, and big ups to Footband, I'm not sponsored by them. I would definitely not say no to a sponsorship. Footband, hit me up. But basically, we're going to be using this amazing website to be able to look at these cards, apply some chemistry styles, and we'll be able to see what it affects in game. Now, we're going to use Icone as an example first. Now, we're going to get him in, and as you can see on Footband, after you load up, it has the player's price, but also some chemistry styles that you can try on the player, and it will show you what it affects in game. For example, with a basic on him, which is how he's going to come, every single card starts with a basic chem style. Now, beware, he is playing on 6 chemistry, obviously with no manager, but if you were to get a French manager, he would be on 7 chemistry, so make sure to put that on, because it does affect his stats a little bit. So as it stands like this, he'll get a few +2s, +3s over the board, and he'd be an 81 rated right wing in game. Now, we need to try and get some finesse goals with midfielders, so I'll be looking at a chemistry style that can boost up that finishing. So we'll try a finisher chemistry style, gives him a +8 finishing. Usually if he was to be on full chem, it would be a +15, but he is on 7 chemistry just for links reasons, right? So if you are using him in our lineup with a finisher, you'll get that +8 finishing. He'll be an 81 rated winger, which is a +1 rating over what he would have been with a basic. No, actually, sorry, it's the same, but if you look at the actual rating, 81.4 rated with a finisher, 80.8 rated. So a tiny little bit better, but for the sake of the review and for the sake of what you have to do with this card, I'll probably chuck a finisher on him to get that finishing boost. A basic does not give him a finishing boost. Another player we could use as an example, we'll use Timo Werner, who we want to try and increase our heading a little bit, which I mentioned earlier. Now he's playing in this lineup on full chemistry, so we can keep that the same, and he gets some more boost. Once again, with the normal basic boost that every player comes with, he's an 85 rated striker with a +3 pace, +2 shooting, etc. Now, we want a hitting boost. Where's the hitting at? We want a hitting accuracy boost, a jumping boost if possible, but I'd rather get like a +10 or +15 hitting. Now, it's a little bit tricky, because obviously that's under defending. You don't really want to use something that boosts his defending when he is a striker. It's a little bit cheesy how EA have put hitting under defending. I think it probably should be under shooting. It would make more sense as under shooting or physicality, but it is what it is. So honestly, let's just try work on this physical boost, and let's give him like a sniper. Does that do physical? We can. All right, that could work, and that will keep him an 85 striker. But once again, for the sake of the objective, that gets him a plus 15 jumping. So 90 jumping and 76 hitting is not too bad. As I said, it's a little bit of a shame the hitting accuracy is under defending, because you do not want a defending boost on a striker. If you're not too worried about the crosses and just want to try get it on the volley, I'd probably recommend putting a finisher on him. And as you can see in game, this is how he'll look. 391 rated stats and an 88 rated striker in game. So tip number 2 is chemistry styles. In my opinion, give a suitable chemistry styles on that, I was going to say suitable player, but on that particular player. Chemistry style that can upgrade Ikone's finishing. Maybe you can either choose Patson Decker or Werner. Choose one of them to upgrade their hitting and jumping, whether it's Werner or the other one or Decker, fair enough. But this is basically going to be a team that can kind of get you quite far. Now the third and final tip is going to be a golden goal. Now golden goal is an unspoken community rule. If you score first, your opponent is going to pause and quit. And if you concede first, you will pause and forfeit the match. Now you may be like, why would I do that? I want to play on. Basically, it just speeds things up for everyone. You do not have to, do not feel pressured into doing this, but in my opinion, it makes the most sense. Now, if you do want to participate in the golden goal unspoken community rule, you could say, I'd recommend changing your team name to golden goal, because when you load into the game, your opponent's team will load up, you'll see his team, and your team will also load up for your opponent. You'll see your team name, and he'll be like, this dude's doing golden goal, you know what, why not, I'll do the same. Do not have to do golden goal for everything. Personally, I don't. In fact, I do golden goal after I've got, say, my header crosses or my cross assists, whatever, my midfielder finesse goals, etc. And then what you could do is go ahead and do golden goal from that point onwards. Just do not have your team name golden goal if you're not actually doing golden goal, because you do not want your opponent to think you're doing golden goal and then not, because it's, dare I say, toxic. It's not really toxic, but it's just the right thing to do. And if you're not doing golden goal, do not make your team name golden goal, and do not expect others to quit for you if you are not going to quit yourself, which personally I kind of do both. If I am going to be doing golden goal and I want to start doing it, I will change my team name just for a heads up for my opponent. Now then, let's head on over to the recap. We'll just go over these objectives, going over what I just said. Score 5 finesse goals using midfielders. As I said, the 2 centre mids, right mid and left mid, or if you want to get really techie, you can position change a striker down to a midfielder. Assist 5 goals using crosses. There's no way to necessarily get around this. You just got to keep trying. Crossing using square on the PlayStation or X on the Xbox. Win 6 matches. You can speed up by doing golden goal, assuming you've already got your finesse goals, or you could try and do both, because you have to assist 5 with crosses. So you could try and do both. Like, if you get a cross and then you go 1-0 up and your opponent quits whilst doing golden goal, absolutely perfect. That's definitely a way around it. And score in 4 separate matches using players with at least 90 pace. Saint Maximin, your left mid, is 90 plus pace. Timo Werner and Patson Decker, your 2 strikers, are also 90 plus pace. So that should not be too much of an issue, lads. Much love. If you guys got any unanswered questions I did not answer throughout the video, let me know in the comments and I'll try to get back to you within 13 or 14 hours. Obviously time difference, sometimes when you're watching I will be asleep being in New Zealand, but I'll try my best to get back to it. Much love, boys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, lads.